Now, welcome to another episode of Let's Roll Out. Ladies and gentlemen, I always thank you for the time that you choose to spend with me. Today we are in the BMW 650 Gran Coupe, and I wanted to touch on some of the things that I don't like about this car. Now, every manufacturer tries their best to nail it on the head with everything, but with this one, they've missed the mark in some areas. The first thing that I experienced with this car, it was after 2 years, and it had only 47,000 Ks on its clock. And the transfer case had to be replaced. Now, I was a little bit surprised. Again, 47,000 Ks transfer case need replacing. Well, the car is under warranty, it's still under warranty now, and it was taken to Toronto BMW and they replaced it. Now, after that was done, a series of issues started to take place. My car had to go back and forth to BMW, I think it's about 8 times, because we started to have transmission issues. Now, the car comes with a start-stop function, which you can activate or deactivate from just below the start-stop button. And every time the car came to a stop, when it's ready to start again, transmission malfunction came up on the dash, and it was just so annoying. If you are having issues with your transmission, please take a look at this. It was a simple wire that connects from the transmission to the body of the car. It grounded the car. After that was done, the car was beautiful. I've had no major issues with it since then. The seat belt is mounted to the seat because it has the frameless doors. It looks great. But now I thought it was quite ridiculous that after exiting my vehicle, 25-30 minutes later when I get back, the seat belt hasn't pulled itself back into the seat. I then have to reach down and pull it out from beside because it's still hanging down there. Now, I've checked and it hasn't been wedged in the corners or anything like that. The other issue that I had was the seats. Now, after 66,000 kilometers, having the seats deteriorate the way they do, I thought was quite poor. For me, it was alarming because I do have a 2007 550i M Sport as well, and you guys I've featured that car on the show. If you haven't seen it, it is a fun, lovely car. My 550 has 230 something thousand kilometers on its clock, and to me the condition of the seats looked the same in both cars. I thought that was terrible, quite terrible. The other issue I have is this car comes with electric blinds. It looks nice and it adds a sense of luxury to the car. But when they're up, it's beautiful. It gives you great privacy for the back seats and it just looks nice. But when they're down, there's a constant rattle coming from the back all the time. So for me, many times, just to alleviate myself of that annoying little sound, I would put the blinds out. This is a car that is very quiet, and sometimes you'd like to have conversations, and it is something I enjoy with, whenever you're taking a ride, you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, hands down, the biggest problem with this vehicle had to be its run flat tires. See, this car has the M Sport package, which gives it the 21-inch wheels. And while they look fantastic, perfectly fitting for this car, what it did is made this car ride very hard. Now, for myself, driving down the road, it became a case of look for that little crevice or that little dent or that little indentation in the road because you have to avoid it. Now, in a year and a half, I had to replace 3 run flat tires, and these tires cost $644 a piece in a year and a half. I just got tired of that. But what I didn't realize is that by changing them to non-run flat tires like I do now, I didn't realize how much of a joy it would have made this car. Because now my car is so supple, relaxing, comfortable. I can drive down the road now. Instead of being like this, I can actually relax and enjoy the serenity that comes with this vehicle. If you have a Gran Coupe, my advice to you is go get yourself some non-run flat tires and get a tow truck service membership, because it will take your vehicle and make it so much more of a pleasure to drive. Now, I've been talking about this car, but please don't get me wrong. It is fantastic. It is still fantastic, because the minute you put your foot on the gas, whew, all of those little things just seem to fade away. Because the 445 horsepower and 480 foot-pounds of torque that comes in at 1,350 RPMs just make this a blast to drive. Shifting it into sports mode and just a touch of the gas, and everything changes. This car becomes addictive, becomes fun, and becomes so effortlessly quick. I love it. And I would appreciate your feedback on this car. Now, if you have a Gran Coupe, share your opinions. Let us know what you think, what problems you've had. And for those, our viewers out there, we always appreciate your interaction and every moment and the time you take to leave us your comments. It is greatly appreciated. I thank you once again for joining me here on Let's Roll Out. And it's 2018, bigger, better things are on its way. Thank you, and have yourself a beautiful day.